Hi everybody. Okay, so I know I'm early today, but I really want to get these videos done because I already formed my opinions about things. So here we go. Y and R had an A and B storyline and a little bit of C, but we'll get there. Okay, A and B are in this corner. We have Claire and Kyle, kind of on the edge of Splitsville, but still hanging in there. In this other corner, we have Tessa and Daniel, a budding relationship that's going to turn into something, but hasn't yet because she has baggage. Baggage in the form of a wife. And I don't mean it like that. I just mean that, they clearly don't want Tessa and Mariah together, although I don't know why. I think that they already made, as far as the writers, I'm talking about the writers now. I feel like the writers already made a choice of like, okay, we can't have this thing long term, so how are we going to split them up? And then they gave Mariah all these little things of like, not little things, but like a crisis here and a crisis there, and like all these things to overcome. And you're thinking, how is one person going to overcome all this? Like, not that it's not possible, but I mean, come on. And then you shut out your partner and say, I don't want to involve you because I don't think that you could ever understand what I've done, kind of a thing. And it's like, okay, but you got to give her the chance to like understand what you're talking about. If you just shut her out, then you're kind of having a self fulfilling prophecy at that point. So, mm. Okay. So then, Kyle and Claire. Let's start there. Um, well, I say he's still in the doghouse because now she found out that he lied about another thing. Not only about the kiss with Audra and the almost sleeping with Audra, he was this close. And he lied about making a deal with Victor for if he broke Claire's heart in any way, he would pay Victor $5 million. Now, according to Kyle, he tried to talk to him and talk to him about stuff like matters of the heart, but he didn't understand that. So the only thing he understands, according to Kyle, is money. And then Claire said, well, why didn't you just tell me what happened? Like, why didn't you tell me what you did? And he literally said, I don't know why I lied. Um, I jumped into, well, definitely a lie by omission and also self preservation written all over it. So yeah. Uh, can they make it through all this? Yeah, but do I really think they're going to do it? No. Because not because I'm trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be realistic here and say that this is supposed to be the beginning of the relationship. They just got together and like they've been together for a little bit, but a little bit, okay? And they had to face his opposition, her dealing with a new relationship, the first ever, and all of that pressure. And then he lied to her twice on top of that. So I don't really think they can overcome all that. Really don't. I wish they could, but I just don't see it. And then that opens the door for if they break up Claire and Kyle, then that opens the door for Holden, which I still think Holden has a thing for her. So there's that. Okay. Um, and then we have a bit with Phyllis and Nick. And Phyllis is involved with Kane, and Kane wants to use AI to get an advantage on the companies. Or this is what he told Phyllis. Okay. Although at this point, like right now, he's not doing anything because he's focusing on repairing the relationships with his children. So then Nick is talking to Phyllis in the park. Apparently, all this stuff happens in the park. And she says, "Well, why are you asking me all this stuff? Do you not trust me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I trust you, but I know you. Innocent is not one thing. You're a lot of things, Phyllis. Innocent isn't one of them." So I'm like, all right. And then they gave Phyllis comic relief because she talked about how, remember, I think you've been watching too many movies from the 80s where the computer takes over the world. and then there was another one where she says, well, any kid living in his parents' basement can do that. So, yeah, it was good. I love the outfit too. Okay, she had on a black top. It was kind of like not completely see-through, but it was like a lace overlay kind of thing. And then she had on a purple skirt. So nice wardrobe. Okay. So then that's where that stands, right? Okay. Then we're on to couple number 3, or possible couple number 3. Tessa and Daniel. And we started actually the soap opera with them in the park. And Daniel was playing the guitar and Tessa was singing the song. The song apparently they wrote together, so okay. Then that goes on and I'm like, cool, we're gonna get a Daniel and Tessa update. I'm like all excited and like I'm like woohoo. And then Mariah comes into the picture and I'm like, oh no. Okay, but I'm conflicted about this because of 2 reasons, actually. Um, First of all, I talked about it and ranted for a good, I don't know, 7 minutes about how they're not using Cameron Grimes at all. Like they're just not. Okay. And I don't like it because I grew up with her and she's a great actress and they should use her a lot more than they do. And they just don't. And I really don't know why. I, I can't believe that they think that they don't have anywhere to go with a character and an actress like that who could do anything. I I don't believe it. Um so what I'm talking about is they close the door is apparently you're supposed to believe that Mariah has been doing therapy to try to get back to some semblance of normal, I guess. And her therapist here or wherever in Genoa City, okay, has convinced her that she has to do deeper therapy in Boston. Okay, a little tale here, and I mean TELL. Okay, when a soap opera ships you off to somewhere, anywhere, you are not going to be seen for a while. And she also said, it's going to take me some time and I don't know how much. Okay, so goodbye, Cameron Grimes. Sorry they didn't use you to your full potential, but bye bye, sweetheart. Because yeah, which is total BS. Because they could do everything there, but they're not willing to. So the one good note, I guess, about that is that they finally allowed Mariah to tell Tessa what happened. Although now they're saying that she tried to unalive somebody. So the story has changed. I don't understand that either. So I don't know. And then I feel like there's still a hole that's not going to get filled because we need Mariah to be there to tell us, the thing. And she's not going to be there. So we're kind of stuck. Um, I don't know. So yeah, it totally paves the way for Daniel and Tessa. a nice couple, good couple, but sorry they had to be the result of basically doing away with another couple. So I'm confused. I'm happy, sort of, and confused. That's where I am with that. Okay. Bye, everybody.